Have you ever looked at your solo cat sleeping peacefully in a sunbeam and thought, are they lonely? Should I get them a friend? Or maybe you already have multiple cats and you're wondering if adding just one more would really make that much difference. Or perhaps you're in that painful situation where your cats absolutely hate each other and you're thinking, how did I get this so wrong? Here's what nobody tells you before you bring home that second, third, or fourth cat. Adding another cat to your household isn't just doubling the love or doubling the fun. You're fundamentally changing the entire dynamic of your home. And sometimes that change is beautiful. Your cats become best friends, grooming each other, sleeping in adorable piles, playing together. But sometimes, and this is the part people don't want to hear, adding another cat creates stress, conflict, and behavioral problems that never existed before. Today, we're going into the real truth about single versus multiple cat households. We're going to talk about when getting another cat is a great idea, when it's a terrible idea, and how to know the difference. If you want honest information that might save you from making an expensive, stressful mistake, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's start by busting the biggest myth in the cat world. Cats are solitary animals who prefer to be alone. This is what people say when they want to justify keeping a single cat. Cats are loners. They don't need other cats. They're not like dogs. And yes, cats are solitary hunters in the wild, but that doesn't mean they're anti-social or that they prefer to live completely alone. Here's what's actually true. Cats are facultatively social, which is a fancy way of saying they can be social when it benefits them. In the wild, related female cats often form colonies, raising kittens together, sharing hunting territories, and engaging in social behaviors like grooming and playing. Male cats are more solitary, but even they interact socially during mating season and sometimes form loose bachelor groups. Domestic cats have retained this flexible social nature. Some cats genuinely prefer to be alone. Others desperately want feline companionship. Most cats fall somewhere in the middle. They can be happy either way depending on their personality and circumstances. So the question isn't, do cats need other cats? The question is, does your cat need another cat? And here's how you figure that out. Watch your cat's behavior. Is your cat constantly seeking interaction with you? Are they following you around, meowing for attention, bringing you toys, interrupting your work, demanding play sessions multiple times a day? That cat might benefit from a feline companion who can provide some of that interaction when you're not available. Is your cat playful and energetic, pouncing on everything, ambushing your feet, racing around the house? A playmate might be perfect for burning off that energy in a way that's more appropriate than attacking your ankles at 3 in the morning. Is your cat young, under 3 or 4 years old? Younger cats generally adapt better to new cats than older cats. They're more flexible, more playful, and more interested in social interaction with other cats. Does your cat seem genuinely content being alone? Do they sleep most of the day, wake up to eat and use the litter box, maybe play independently with toys, and then go back to sleep? That cat might be perfectly happy as a solo cat and could actually be stressed by the addition of another cat. Is your cat older, over 7 or 8 years old? Senior cats often do not appreciate having a new cat added to their established territory. They've had their routine for years. They know where everything is, and suddenly introducing a newcomer can cause significant stress. Does your cat have a history of aggression toward other cats? If your cat hisses at cats they see outside the window if they've lived with other cats before and it went badly, if they show signs of stress or aggression when they encounter other cats at the vet, adding a cat to your home is probably going to be a disaster. Here's a scenario I see all the time. Someone has a single, energetic young cat. That cat is demanding constant attention, knocking things over, keeping them awake at night. They think, if I get another cat, the 2 cats will play together and leave me alone. And sometimes this works beautifully. The 2 cats bond, they wrestle and chase each other, they burn off energy together, and the owner finally gets some peace. But sometimes, and this happens more often than people expect, the original cat is territorial and views the new cat as an invader, or the two cats simply don't like each other. They tolerate sharing space, but they're not friends. They don't play together. They actively avoid each other. And now instead of one cat demanding attention, you have two cats demanding attention, separately, plus the stress of managing their relationship. Let me share a hard truth. You cannot force cats to like each other. You can do everything right in the introduction process. You can choose cats with compatible personalities, and they still might never become friends. The best case scenario with multiple cats is that they genuinely bond. They sleep together, groom each other, play together, and clearly enjoy each other's company. This is magical when it happens. The realistic scenario for many multi-cat households is peaceful coexistence. The cats aren't best friends, but they share space without conflict. They might occasionally play or sleep near each other, but they're mostly indifferent to each other's presence. This is actually fine and can work well long-term. The worst-case scenario is active conflict. The cats fight, chase each other, guard resources like food bowls or litter boxes, spray to mark territory, and show constant signs of stress. This is miserable for the cats and for you, and it sometimes never resolves. So before you bring home another cat, you need to be prepared for any of these three outcomes. Now let's talk about what life is actually like in a multiple cat household, because it's not just more cats. It's a fundamentally different experience. First, the good parts, because there genuinely are many. Multiple cats can provide each other with social enrichment that you simply cannot provide as a human. Cats play differently with other cats than they do with humans. They wrestle, they chase at full speed, they ambush from hiding spots. This is valuable exercise and mental stimulation. Multiple cats, especially bonded pairs, are heartwarming to watch. When you see two cats grooming each other, sleeping curled up together, or chirping at each other in greeting, it's genuinely touching. There's something beautiful about cats who clearly love each other. Multiple cats can also help anxious cats feel more secure. A confident cat can model calm behavior for a nervous cat. I've seen shy cats become more outgoing because they followed their bold cat siblings' lead. And from a practical standpoint, multiple cats can keep each other company when you're at work or traveling. Instead of one cat alone all day, you have cats who, at minimum, have the option of interaction if they want it. But now let's talk about the challenges, because they're real and significant. Multiple cats mean multiple litter boxes. The rule is 1 litter box per cat plus 1 extra. So 2 cats means 3 litter boxes. 3 cats means 4 litter boxes. These boxes need to be scooped daily and fully cleaned regularly. This is not optional. It's essential for preventing litter box avoidance issues. Multiple cats mean higher costs. Food, litter, veterinary care, all of it multiplies. Annual checkups, vaccinations, emergency vet visits. These expenses add up quickly when you have multiple cats. Multiple cats mean more potential for behavior problems. Cats in multi-cat households are more likely to have litter box issues, marking behavior, stress-related health problems, and aggression. Not because having multiple cats is inherently bad, but because managing multiple cats' needs and relationships is complex. Territory becomes a major factor with multiple cats. Cats are territorial, and in a multi-cat household, they need to establish who has access to what spaces and when. If you don't have enough space or resources for all cats to have their own territory, conflict becomes inevitable. And here's something people really don't anticipate. Multiple cats can gang up on one cat. In households with 3 or more cats, sometimes 2 or more cats will bully or exclude one cat. That victimized cat becomes stressed, stops eating properly, hides constantly, and has a miserable quality of life. Managing this dynamic is incredibly difficult. Let me tell you about the absolute best scenario for adding a second cat, because there is a near-perfect situation that many people don't take advantage of. Adopt 2 kittens from the same litter at the same time. Litter mates who grow up together from the beginning almost always bond successfully. They already know each other, they've been playing together since birth, and they're both adjusting to a new home at the same time. so neither cat feels like the established resident whose territory is being invaded. Bonded pairs, two cats who are already living together and clearly love each other, are also an excellent choice. Shelters often have bonded pairs available for adoption, sometimes at a discount because they're harder to place. These cats have proven they can live together successfully. But if you already have an established cat and you're thinking about adding a new cat, the process is much more complicated. Here's what you absolutely must do if you're introducing a new cat to a resident cat. Do not just bring the new cat home and let them loose. I cannot stress this enough. The throw them together and let them work it out method fails catastrophically most of the time. Instead, use a proper gradual introduction process that takes weeks, sometimes months. Start with complete separation. The new cat goes in a separate room with their own litter box, food, water, toys, and comfortable sleeping spots. The cats should not see each other yet. Let them smell each other under the door. Cats rely heavily on scent, and they need time to get used to each other's smell before they meet face to face. Swap scents by rubbing each cat with a towel and placing it near the other cat's food bowl. You're creating positive associations with each other's scent. After several days, start feeding the cats on opposite sides of the closed door. They're eating, which is a positive activity, while smelling each other. Once they're eating calmly near the door, crack it open slightly so they can see each other while eating, but keep them separated by a barrier. Only after they're calm and showing positive or neutral body language should you allow supervised face-to-face meetings. And by supervised, I mean you're right there, ready to intervene if things get tense. These initial meetings should be brief, just a few minutes, and always end on a positive note before any conflict starts. Gradually increase the time they spend together until they're coexisting peacefully. This entire process can take 2 weeks if things go well, or it can take 2 months if the cats are nervous or territorial. You cannot rush it. And even with perfect introduction protocol, some cats will never like each other. This is the risk you take when adding a new cat. Here's what influences whether cats will get along: age matching, energy level matching, and personality compatibility. A 10-year-old sedentary cat and a 1-year-old hyperactive kitten are a terrible match. The kitten will harass the older cat relentlessly. The older cat will become stressed and possibly aggressive, and neither cat will be happy. A calm, gentle cat and an assertive, bold cat can actually work well together if the assertive cat isn't aggressive. The gentle cat defers to the bold cat. Hierarchy is established without conflict, and they peacefully coexist. But two highly territorial cats who both want to be dominant? That's a recipe for ongoing conflict. Two shy, anxious cats might hide from each other and never interact, which isn't ideal but also isn't harmful. They might slowly warm up to each other over time, or they might just permanently avoid each other. Now let's talk about what happens when you have 3 or more cats, because the dynamics get exponentially more complex. 3 cats form a social triangle, and it's usually not an equilateral one. Often you'll have 2 cats who are close and 1 cat who's the outsider, or you'll have 1 dominant cat and 2 subordinate cats. The relationships are constantly shifting based on mood, territory disputes, and resource access. 4 or more cats and you're essentially managing a small colony. Some people do this successfully, but it requires significant space, multiple resource stations, food, water, litter boxes in different areas, environmental enrichment, and vigilant monitoring of social dynamics. I've seen households with 5, 6, even 10 cats where everyone seems happy and well-adjusted. But those owners are usually very experienced with cats, have large homes with plenty of vertical space, and dedicate significant time to managing their cats' needs. For the average person in an average-sized home, I'd say the sweet spot is 1 to 3 cats. That's manageable in terms of space, resources, and complexity. More than 3 cats, and you need to be really honest with yourself about whether you have the space, time, and money to meet everyone's needs. Let's talk about a situation that breaks my heart. People who keep adding cats without properly managing their existing cats' needs. there's a difference between being a multi-cat household and being on the path to hoarding. If you're adding cats faster than you can properly care for them, if your home is becoming unsanitary, if your cats are showing signs of stress or illness that you're not addressing, you've crossed a line. Every cat deserves individual attention, proper veterinary care, clean living conditions, and adequate resources. If you can't provide that for every single cat in your home, you have too many cats. I know that's harsh, but it's true. More cats does not automatically equal more love. Sometimes it equals more suffering for the cats and for you. Now let's talk about the single cat household because I want to defend it against the judgment single cat owners often face. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having one cat. A well-cared-for single cat can have an excellent quality of life. Single cats get all of their owners' attention. There's no competition for lap time, no resource guarding, no stress from territorial disputes. Single cats are often more bonded to their humans than cats in multi-cat households. When you're the cat's only social partner, the relationship between human and cat often becomes very deep. Single cats are also easier and less expensive to care for. One litter box, one feeding station, one cat's worth of vet bills. And some cats genuinely prefer to be solo. Cats who are territorial, cats who are anxious around other cats, cats who have had bad experiences with other cats in the past. These cats are often happier as only cats. The key is making sure your single cat's environment is enriched. They need toys, scratching posts, climbing structures, window views, and daily interactive play with you. A bored single cat is going to develop behavior problems, but so would a bored cat in a multi-cat household. Here's my honest advice about whether you should get another cat. Get another cat if your current cat is young and playful, shows interest in other cats, seems to want more interaction than you can provide alone, and you're prepared for the introduction process and the possibility that they won't become best friends. Get another cat if you're adopting for the first time, and you can get litter mates or a bonded pair who are already friends. Don't get another cat if your current cat is elderly, has shown aggression toward other cats, seems content alone, or if you're just feeling guilty about being away during the day. Guilt is not a good reason to add a cat. Don't get another cat if you can't afford doubled expenses, don't have space for multiple litter boxes and resource stations, or don't have the time and patience for a potentially long introduction process. And definitely don't get another cat thinking it will solve behavior problems in your current cat. A destructive single cat will probably just become a destructive cat, who now also has to deal with the stress of sharing territory. Here's the question nobody asks, but everyone should. If things don't work out, what's your plan? Sometimes, despite your best efforts, cats don't get along and it doesn't improve. What will you do? Can you keep them permanently separated in different parts of your house? Are you willing to rehome one of them if necessary? These are hard questions, but you need to answer them before you bring home another cat. I've known people who kept cats separated for years because they couldn't get along, essentially running two single cat households in one house. It worked, but it was exhausting and required dedication most people don't have. Let me end with this. The right number of cats for your household is the number you can properly care for while maintaining everyone's quality of life, including yours. For some people, that's one cat. For others, it's 2, 3, or more. There's no moral superiority in having multiple cats, and there's no shame in having just one. What matters is that every cat in your home is healthy, safe, enriched, and showing normal content behavior. If you can achieve that with one cat, perfect. If you can achieve it with 5 cats, also perfect. But if you're thinking about adding another cat, really think it through. Consider your current cat's personality, your living situation, your resources, and your ability to manage a potentially difficult introduction. And if you decide to stay a single cat household, don't let anyone make you feel guilty about it. Your cat doesn't know they're supposed to want a friend. If they're happy, healthy, and enriched, you're doing everything right. If this honest look at single versus multiple cat households helped you think through this decision, make sure you're subscribed to CatRules. Next up, we're tackling purebred versus mixed breed cats, and we're going to have a very honest conversation about breeding, adoption, and what actually makes a cat healthy and happy. Drop a comment and tell me, how many cats do you have? And if you could go back, would you change that number? No judgment, just honest reflection. I love hearing your real experiences. Until next time, cat lovers, whether you have one cat or a whole pride, make sure each one knows they matter. We'll see you in the next video. In